All right, we're going to try this with 2 hands. I figured out how to raise my tripod higher. So, tomorrow, slot 1. So now I need to get ready to move this over, and that over. So there we go. So now I just have to fill slot 3 back there. So let's see what I got down here. No clue. So I'll just stick 2 of these back there and grab an egg muffin. And there we go. We got a rotation going. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go 4, 3, 2, 1. So, okay, let's see. We moved that over there. So let's go over here and see what we're going to do tomorrow. Half the time when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, I stand here a second and I just look at these seasonings. I'm like, what sounds good to me this time? Do I feel like I want like a burger situation? Do I feel like I want, a Polynesian? Do I feel like I want, I'm going to do a barbecue thing. We're going to do like barbecue tomorrow. All right. Hang on. Let's rearrange where we are. So this poor egg looks pretty pitiful. Look at it. It's all flat and smushed. That's all right. I'm going to get some of the air out of it. All right. Let me get my lunch box here. Let's see what we got for our options. Since I want barbecue, I'll go with plain ground beef. So this one, that one's ground beef, and it looks like it's maybe some radishes and turnips. Man, this is really old. Let's see what this one is. Come on, fella. Oh, that's some deep fried pork steaks and zucchini blend. So I will save this for tomorrow night. No, I could put some barbecue on the pork steaks. Oh my stars and garters. That sounds fabulous. All right, so set this back there. Let me zoom in here a minute. Yeah, buddy. That's going to be good. Because that already has seasonings. I don't know what I seasoned it with, but I seasoned it the day I made it, evidently. We're going to do 1 serving of G. Hughes Hickory Barbecue Dipping Sauce. 2 tablespoons is 30 grams. So 2 tablespoons. Whoa. Oh, Nelly. And then I want to do some of this because I want a little kick to it. So this is sweet chili. I don't know that I want 2 tablespoons, so I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. I'll do half of a serving. Oh, which is 15 grams. There we go. That's at the end, so I'm just going to throw this one away. Whoa, puppy dog. Ho! Now, I can kind of barely see there's seasonings in here on the blend, on the zucchini blend. So I'm going to trust my meal prep Terry. I don't know what Terry did on that day, but we just got to trust her. And by the way, by the 4th day, a lot of times the vegetables are still kind of frozen if you can see the ice crystals on it. And so it works out because tomorrow, so it goes back in the refrigerator in here, but tomorrow it's in my lunch box and it just sits in my office until I eat it at 11:30, 12 o'clock. So I don't have to put it in the refrigerator or anything. It is, it's right. It's just right. Hang on, let me grab my coffee. Okay, so I got my lunch box. I'll put it in the refrigerator. And I got my coffee. I make these up on Sunday. It's my protein powder and some instant coffee and some chocolate electrolytes. And it's tasting good. You know, I used my own electrolytes this go around, and it tastes really good. I can't tell the difference in mine and the Element ones. So I'll just stick this back here, and then I'll use one of these jobbers. Like I said, I'm trying to use them up. So there we go. And I'll put this in the refrigerator. All right, see you tomorrow. Good morning. You're leaning up a glass candle, so I can't guarantee you won't fall back, but I'll pick you back up if you fall. So I had several new people that are on my channel. Hello and welcome to my channel. I have people asking me, how to get started and what they did or what I did when I started. And I know I say this from time to time. But what I did was I went to a good site that had recipes. I wasn't looking to count calories. I wasn't looking to count macros. I was looking for just how to eat, what kind of foods to eat. So when I started, I went to dietdoctor.com, and back then it was free all the time, and I got their recipes, and I looked through their recipe. I like the beef ones, so I sorted under beef and picked out all the beef ones, and what I did was I would, you can print them out based on how many servings you want. So I would do everything in 2 servings. Looking back now, the way I do it now, since I freeze meals, I would probably do like 4 or even 6 servings, and then put them in containers and freeze them. But at the time, I didn't think about that. So for supper, I would make one. Well, let me start back. I would get the recipe, and then I would print out the recipe and print out the ingredients. So then whenever I went to the store, I knew exactly what to get. I'm telling you, I was pretty OCD when I started. I took all the recipes and put them on an Excel spreadsheet. And so then what I would do is, I would have like the name of the recipes and then all the ingredients, all the ones that I liked. So then what I would do, I'm over the top, I know this, is whenever I went shopping and I was going for 14, 2 weeks worth, I put them all on the Excel spreadsheet. I'm like, okay, this calls for a half a pound of ground beef. This calls for a half pound ground beef. Put it together and make one. This calls for so many ounces of Brussels sprouts, but it comes in this many ounces, and I'm making it again, so I put it together and make one. So that's the true how I did it. I had it. I still have my binder in there of those recipes. Sorry, my alarm clock went off. I probably still have it even saved in there, or saved on my work computer. But anyway, so that's what I did. I found a reputable, good quality thing that was free, and picked out the recipes I wanted. I didn't track nothing those first 2 months. Nope. All I did was made the food. I would snack between meals at first, as long as it was like pork rinds, or I don't even remember what I ate at the time, but I would snack between meals, and that's perfectly fine. That's how I started. So like I said, my first 2 months, I didn't track a thing. I have no idea how many carbs was in those meals. Like I said, and then snacks, I would do cheese and pork rinds or whatever. So that's how I spent my first 2 months, was just eating the foods that I was supposed to eat. So that's how I started. And then it rolled over to carnivore because I didn't want to cook anymore. And then I was eating everywhere I saw on the sites that I was on for carnivore, they were like, oh yeah, I eat about 2 pounds of meat a day. It was the women. And I'm like, okay, so I ate about 2 pounds of meat a day. And but when somebody says about 2 pounds of meat a day, the people who were doing the talking were people that have been doing it for a long time. They weren't measuring. So that was just a guesstimate of what they were eating. But my personality is, I took it as gospel, and they said they're eating 2 pounds of meat a day. By George, I'm eating 2 pounds of meat a day. So whenever I started stalling, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that, gee, I could eat a little bit less than 2 pounds of meat a day. That just never was in my mind. So anyway, yeah, so I ate 2 pounds of meat a day, but that's why I stalled for 8 months, because I ate 2 pounds of meat a day and I never changed anything or did anything until I found Kim Howerton. And so when I started keto in 2017, the first time I did it, they had all these keto calculators, and they talked about calories and your macros and calories, carbs, protein, fat, and how much you should have based on your weight and your activity level. So I did that. I took it, but I didn't pay attention to the calorie portion. And a lot of the big people, the influencers that you see on TV, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. And so that's what I was listening to. And because I was not ready to count calories. So then finally, after those 8 months of a stall, I was like, I'm ready to do something, and I'm ready to do it now. I need to do something. What do I do? And that's when I found Kim Howerton, and she's the one that was like, calories do count. No, it's not exactly calories in, calories out, but calories do matter. And I'm like, stupid Kim, what does she know? So then I started doing it, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe Kim does know a little something. So I do think that stop when you're hungry, or eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. I do think that works for a lot of people out there. But I think that there's also a lot of people out there who it doesn't work for. So I think that, if a person is stalling, they should look at their calories. I'm not saying drop them by 200, 300, 400 calories right away. I'm saying look at them, see how many you're eating. Tracking is important if you're trying to change something. If you're trying to, stay doing what you're doing, then keep eating what you're doing if you're happy with the results. But at some point, when you hit that stall, you do have to track, and you can't just rely on eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. You do have to change at some point, and that's the change I had to make for me whenever I was at my stall. So yeah, starting out, just eat the foods. Just learn how to cook them. Learn what recipes you like. Like I said, if Diet Doctor's still free for the recipes, get those. Man, they were good. I even made some at the very beginning of my channel. You'll see where I was making some Diet Doctor recipes. But get you, even if you have another person you follow and you like their recipes, use it, but just use whole ingredients. That's the best way to start, is just learn how to cook, because most of us if you got any size to you, most of us are not eating whole foods from the outer aisle perimeters. Most of us, if we say we just eat one meal a day, well, okay, but what are we eating and what are we snacking on? And, are we grabbing the chips? Are we grabbing the Quest chips? Are we grabbing the keto treats? Are we grabbing, because all those things count too. So anyway, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. To spend your first 2 months just figuring out how to cook the outer food aisles and what are the outer food aisles. And then worry about the rest after you learn how to cook it, and because it's going to take, a good month or 2 weeks to 6 weeks of detox anyway. So during that stage, don't think, don't count, don't do nothing. Just buy what's on the recipe and eat it. And then in between meals, if you got to eat, get you some pork rinds and dip them in some cream cheese, or buy some of some, regular sliced cheese. If that's what helps you detox, that's my suggestion. And just get off the processed foods. Okay, got to put on my lipstick. I'll see you at breakfast time, Morning again. I've got my breakfast. I have my egg muffin. I went ahead and cut it up. And I microwaved it because it's kind of cold outside. So that's what I'm having for my breakfast is my egg muffin and my protein coffee. Bye. It's lunchtime. And I've got my was it deep fried steaks, I think it was. And so I'm going to stir it up. And I put that barbecue sauce on there last night. And that's going to be so good. I'm going to stir it up here. It's kind of messy. Yeah. Let's try one. See what we think. See? Even if this would have been ground beef, I could have put it on there. Didn't do anything with this stuff. Now let's see what meal prep Terry put on the vegetables. I think it was the garlic and herb seasoning. It's good. So, okay, bye. So half the time, whatever I'm eating, whenever I eat a little bit of the meat out, I go on and put the vegetables down in there. And then I add it to whatever the sauce is. So, I don't know. I don't know if you even want to know, but that's something I do. Listen, we're going to make our supper, and then we got to have a conversation. So, I got my ground beef here. We're going to use some fish sauce. It is, how many? 15 grams. Ooh, tonight I'm going to watch a video. Chef Jean-Pierre posted a video of him making shepherd's pie. And one of y'all said I should try shepherd's pie with rutabaga. Oh, and tomorrow's payday, so I'm going grocery shopping. So I'll be picking up some rutabaga. All right, we're going to do some Polynesian. So I'm going to watch his video tonight. And this is supposed to be 32 grams. So I'm going to watch his video and see how he did his... he uses lamb, though, which I won't use lamb. I'll use ground beef. But, because, yeah, I'm cheap. So, anyway, so I'm going to... Oh, yeah, so I want to try to do that shepherd's pie this weekend. Man, squirrel. I am squirrel. All right, so that was the Polynesian. I'm going to put a little bit of this everything bagel seasoning. And then I put a little bit of the Greek seasoning because, I like that with my Asian persuasion. And then we're going to do some sweet chili. We'll go on and do this one's 30 grams. It's funny, they're both the same thing, but one says 30 and one says 32. I don't know if it's because of the chunks in this one. All right. So now, I'm going to microwave this. And this one looks like turnip and turnips and radishes. So I'm going to microwave this. And then we got to have a discussion. It's for anybody who buys a bra. And guys, you may have this problem with your... Listen. You may have this problem with your ball sack. I don't know. But as I've lost weight, I went into Lane Bryant because that's where I've gotten my bras. So I went into Lane Bryant. I was a 40 double D, and God love her, she measured me and was like, oh, you should be a 36 double D. I'm like, okay. So we go try them on, and let me tell you. The amount of skin, I can't show you, but this right here, that's all skin. And so it's very floppy, loosey skin. And same over here, like instead of it being a roll, now it's a droop. So, which that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. And I'd rather have that than be where I was in the pain and stuff. So anyway, so God love her. She told me to get a 36. I did. I put it on, and let me tell you, there was so much hanging out over this side and that side, and I'm like, no. So she tried another kind and another kind. Oh, this is a back smoothing one. This is a whatever kind. So finally, I was like, she's like, honey, do you want me to try a 38 double D? I'm like, yes. Because I went from a 40 double D. And so I just need that extra fabric that's on the side right here to kind of hold all this in. I mean, it's got to hoist the girls up too, but I needed to hold that skin inside there. Because, I mean, there's already the hangy downy of the arms right there. So I didn't need to look like a W. I didn't need to go zoop, zoop. So anyway, so yeah, that's something as you lose weight, when you're losing a significant amount of weight, that's something you're going to go try on a bra, and you're going to be like, so if they tell you that you're a 36 double D, and you were a 40 double D, it's okay to try on a 38 double D. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but I'm not somebody who's like, you know, financially rich. So, I mean, hey, if somebody gave me $1 million, then I'd go on and get the girls uplifted. I'd get the tummy done. I'd get the arms done and the sides done and get all that done. But realistically, come on now, this is me. It's not like I'm going to go out of my house and go doing anything. It'll just be going from my work to here. And so I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm doing just fine the way I am. So yeah, so I just not too worried about it. So don't be shocked, you know, if you go down a couple sizes and the bras are a little bit weird. It's okay to just go down one size. All right, it dinged, so let's go back to the food. Like I said, we women have to deal with that with our girls. I don't know. I wonder if men have to deal with that with their ball sack. I don't know if it droops and their thighs droop, and I don't know. As a nurse, I'm curious. Okay, so, okay, I know. Sometimes I'm a little bit crass. Hopefully Judy, my mother Judy, is not watching this, because if so, I'm going to be getting a phone call. I love you, Mom. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. It does look like I had some seasoning on the radishes and turnips. So, oh yeah, that's good. I don't need even salt or anything either. Now let's try this radish ring. Alright. Yep, that's a radish. I don't need seasoning either. Alright. That's a win. That's a win. So that's what I'm having for supper. I got to get it all plugged in now. I'll put it at the end. Hey, new challenge. Thought. Of course, this is on the same video where I said, don't log anything. I'm thinking that we should probably do another log challenge for all the people that are just getting started. But no, you know what? This is what we'll do. We're going to do a challenge of, I don't know. I got to think on it. But something like not doing a whole lot of processed foods. You know, like trying to stick to, or maybe no snacks, or I don't know. Tell me what kind of challenge we should do, because I mean, I use these sauces, so I can't really say nothing processed. I don't, but you know, I mostly just eat the meat and the vegetable with some sauce on it. So I don't know how we could turn that into a challenge unless we just made it something like eat just food that you make at home for the next 2 months. Now that might be something we could do. Maybe starting on Monday. We could look at Monday starting foods that you eat from home. Not like going out to eat, or not things in a box, or, you know, so maybe foods that, how to word that? Food that you prepare at home that didn't come in a box. Because things can come in a bag. My vegetables come in a bag. We got to figure out how to word that. Okay, bye. Hey, there's my macros for the day. Have a good night, y'all.